All right, guys, we are back for yet another predictions video. UFC is giving us another fight night. Holy crap, this is like the trifecta, man. What is it, 10 days of time, 3 UFC events, man. Count them. It's a lot of entertainment.
It's pretty crazy.
I never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm going to be sick of MMA after this week. Wow. Yeah, fight night. First fight of the night, we got Jorge Rivera taking on my buddy, Nate Quarry. Jared, who's going to win and why?
That's a tough one for me. You know, both these guys haven't been looking great recently, but I think Quarry, you know, he's been more in the game than Rivera has.
Yeah.
I would like Rivera to win, but I don't think he's going to. I think Quarry's going to take this one decision.
Decision, okay. Maybe possible fight of the night. Man, Nate Quarry always brings it. He brings it. Matt, what do you think?
Quarry's going to take it. I think he's just all around the better fighter. And Rivera, I think he gets a little scared when he starts throwing sometimes. He tends to shut his eyes, get knocked out.
That's a good point.
So I think Nate's going to come in with a 1-2, knock him out, finish it in the first 90 seconds.
Wow. You know, I really like that you went that angle because I do like Jorge Rivera. He's a nice guy. I liked him on Ultimate Fighter. I think it was, what, season 4? Comeback season. But you're right, man. When he really gets into it, it seemed like he lacks a little bit of killer instinct. And I don't know, maybe that's nerves, maybe it's age catching up with him, but freaking Nate Quarry always brings it. He's the Rock for a reason, and he will take this fight TKO. Next fight, we got Caol taking on Gleison Tibau. I'll be honest, man, I'm not super jazzed about this fight or anything like that, but let's talk about it anyway.
Okay.
Matt, who's going to win? Who has the edge here?
I'm going to give it to Tibau. I think he's got a really good ground game, and I think he can just get it there, keep it there, and possibly submit Uno. I don't know, maybe.
You think that's where it's going?
I think so. If nothing else, it's going to stay on the ground for a long time, but I think Tibau's going to pull out a submission first round.
First round, okay. Jared, what do you think?
Wow. I don't think he's going to do that. I see this one going the distance. You know, Tibau, he doesn't really mind staying on his feet for all that long, but he does like to go to the ground. You know, he does have good submissions, but I just see him maybe winning 2 of the rounds in this fight, and I see him taking a decision.
Okay. You know what? I actually had Caol winning this fight, but you guys have persuaded me a little bit. I've been reminded of Gleison's last fight against Josh Neer. Josh Neer is a seasoned fighter as well, but those freaking slams that he gave to Neer obviously went really well with the judges because Gleison really gassed out the last couple rounds and Neer really brought it up and started, you know, just kind of peppering with shots, but it wasn't enough to win the decision. So I think we might see something like that before. Hopefully Gleison's worked on his cardio, but probably not. So I'm going to take Gleison Tibau decision. Next up, we got Roy Nelson, Matt's twin brother. You just had Burger King tonight, too.
I did, dude.
Wow, that can't be coincidence. Taking on the skyscraper, Stefan Struve. Jared, let's throw it to you first. Who's going to win and why?
I think Roy Nelson's going to win this one. I think he's got the advantage standing, even though Struve is really long. He's got those long limbs, but you know, Roy Nelson's just got a ton of experience. You know, Struve's submissions are really good, but Roy Nelson's not no slouch. You know? I mean, guy beat, what was it? Frank
Kimbo
Mir.
Slice. I mean, come on.
No, he beat Frank Mir in a jiu-jitsu competition.
Wow. Really?
He didn't submit him, but he beat him. But yeah,
wow.
He's no slouch. So I'm going to take Roy Nelson. I'm going to take decision, though.
Wow, thanks for the did you know, Jared. I appreciate that. Normally I'm Dr. Fun Facts around here, but I'll give you that one. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Burger King's going to win it. I think he's just the more well-rounded fighter. Struve's young. He's coming up. I think he's got a bright future, but this is just not his time. I think Burger King's going to take him down, pound him out. It's done in the first round, TKO.
Wow, first round.
Not a first round, man.
Okay. That might be pushing it a little bit.
No.
I don't know. I'm going to throw this out there. Do you think, because it's pretty obvious that Dana White is not a big Roy Nelson fan. I don't think he even wanted him to win. You think that he's given him Struve hoping that he'll lose? Because let's go against a guy that's his complete polar opposites from Roy Nelson. Tall, thin, good jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It's definitely, if he loses this, he's definitely going undercard. That's for sure.
Yeah. Dana White will love it, man. It'll be like the best fight in his opinion. Wow, my pick. I got to agree with you guys when it comes to Roy Nelson. I mean, Struve is definitely tough. I actually thought Paul Bonatello, who fought Struve last, actually won that fight, in my opinion. But Struve definitely impressed me because he took some major shots and just kept coming. So you got to give the guy some respect. He's got a lot of heart. But as soon as it hits the ground, man, freaking Roy Nelson's going to pick up his belly, place it over the top of Struve's skinny little butt, and just hold him down, man. And you're right, he's probably going to get him in a submission or just pound his head out. So Roy Nelson, TKO, second round. All right, guys, main event time, and this one's kind of a weird main event for me. I'm excited to see the fight, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. Takanori, Gomi, they're bringing him into the UFC, which I like, but it's weird for the UFC to throw him to somebody like Kenny Florian, who is probably second, third ranked at lightweight. And, I mean, if Gomi wins, do they give him a title shot? I just don't know. Obviously, he needs to win, and it would be good for him, but it's just so weird. There's no way fans are going to want to see Gomi in a title shot if he does win this fight.
Yeah, so, it's too fast.
Yeah, I don't know if Kenny really even gains anything by taking this fight either. But it's a fight that needs to happen. I think it's for the fans. I think that's why they're throwing this together. Not a lot of logic in it, but should be a fan pleaser. Maybe even fight of the night. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll be honest, I don't know a ton about Gomi. I've seen him fight back in Pride a few times, and I think he's Sengoku a little bit before UFC. Seen him a couple times, but I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert or anything like that. The fights I've seen, he's showed me some flashes of absolute brilliance, and I've seen some fights where it was just kind of lackluster. I mean, Nick Diaz got him with the Gogo Plata on that one, and that got ruled a no contest. I don't know, man. I think Kenny Florian is getting better with each fight. The BJ Penn was a little bit of a setback, but, man, he came in and freaking just worked Clay Guida in that last fight.
Yeah.
So I have to say that, you know, the momentum is on his side. This is Gomi's first fight, I think, in an octagon. I could be wrong about that. But I don't know, man. Maybe a little bit of a struggle with getting used to fighting in a cage or, you know, being in front of the American crowd. I don't know. A lot of question marks. Kenny's looking good, so I got to take Kenny on this one. So I'm going to say, I think I got him TKO submission. No, I got him submission. Nice. I'm going to say he's going to pull out his old rear naked choke after a few elbows to the face. So third round submission, Kenny Florian.
I like
Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, Kenny, in my opinion, #2 lightweight. Name a guy that's better than him. You can't. Yeah, it is a really weird fight, bringing Gomi over from Japan and then just saying, hey, you get Kenny.
Yeah,
I
didn't understand it.
I hope it's a really exciting fight, and if it is, honestly, I see it going Kenny's way. In the stand-up, on the ground. I think he's a better fighter. Japanese fighters have not really impressed me when they come over to America. It's just kind of the way it goes.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Not fighters that fight in Japan. Japanese fighters. Asian fighters in general. I'm sorry. You're not the greatest. You're not the greatest. I'm sorry. You're really good, but in general, you're not the greatest. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes. But yeah, so I'm going to take Kenny TKO second round. I think he's been working on his hands a lot, so that's where it's going to go.
So you're actually choosing second round, huh?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of first rounders out of you.
Yeah, so
Okay. Jared, what do you think? Is Gomi, I mean, let's put it this way. If Gomi is going to win, you know, is that going to give him a title shot, or is it really going to make people go, oh my gosh?
I don't think so. I don't think either of them deserve a title shot after this. I think there's still a couple of good guys that they could face after this. But yeah, unlike Matt, I love Japanese people.
Oh, sure.
All of our Japanese fans.
Oh, that's good. That's some good butt kissing.
Yeah, his stand-up's been looking really good. I think he's going to maybe catch him a couple times. And I think it will go to the ground. And Josh, I hate you for stealing my choice, but I'm going to have to go second round, rear naked choke.
You have endured yet another video by Osborne and McCarty. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Comments, ratings, you know the deal. I'm Josh Osborne.
Matt McCarty.
Jared McCarty.
And we will catch you on the flip side.